navutse 1962 nza kuvuka mu muryango w'abantu 9 noneho igihe cya jenoside barapfa barashira hasigara ngewe.
Mbere y'intambara nari mfite abana 3, umugabo wanjye yari umupasiteri no gukoresha umutungo nabi. Twari dufite amazu 3 arayagurisha ntabizi.
Undi afite umugore afite n'abana 3, noneho bamaze gupfa ubwo bagiye babakura hano mu rugo. Urabona ko intambara yateye umuntu ufite uburyo bwo kugera iwabo akajyayo, baje rero hano mu rugo.
Hari inka 2 zarapfuye n'amatungo magufi, ihene n'inkoko, n'inzu barazisenya, n'imyaka barasahura yari mu mazu no mu mirima.
Ibintu ni Yesu wabikoze, we turanezerewe.
Nta kintu kimwe nari mfite, abavandimwe banjye benshi bitabye Imana. Nagize ibibazo bikomeye, umwana wanjye w'imfura atangiye kujya kwiga, ari nta bushobozi mfite, nta kintu kimwe mfite nshobora guheraho.
Ntabwo abantu bashoboye kwiga neza kuko nta mafaranga nari mfite, kandi nawe ntiyakunda kuboneka mu rugo kenshi.
"16 years on from the genocide where over 1 million people perished and 2 million more were displaced, Rwandans are still facing daily challenges to their survival."
16 years ago, this country was not there. We started from zero after 1994. So we are rebuilding. We are rebuilding systems, we are rebuilding the people.
About over 70% of the rural population still lives below the poverty line, and nearly 9 in 10 live on less than $2 per day.
Our strategy is to ensure that we actually support citizens. And our strength as ActionAid is the fact that we connect ourselves to the people that are affected the most. We connect ourselves to the people that find themselves in this situation, so that our lobbying to governments, be it here in Africa and international processes, is actually informed by this very situation.
The agricultural sector remains the economic backbone, employing about 80% of the working population. Agriculture contributes over 30% of the national GDP and generates about 80% of total export revenues. The government of Rwanda's vision is to achieve food security for her people and to attain a per capita income of $900 by the year 2020.
We are looking at our agriculture being modernized, being run in a modern way with mechanization and with irrigation to increase the yields.
Rwanda's Vision 2020 targets a 9% sustained growth rate in the agricultural sector until 2015, so that Rwanda will achieve MDG 1 of reducing poverty by half by 2015.
Reducing poverty is actually increasing food production as well as other economic activities. This is an indication of our interventions supporting the communities, supporting the women mainly, to be able to address access to food challenges.
Other significant policies that have also led to empowerment of women farmers are the establishment of Women Rural Development Fund and the 1 Cow per Family program.
The government of Rwanda has undertaken a number of homegrown initiatives, and the One Cow Per Family is one of them. Action Aid is supporting, mobilizing and sensitizing women, vulnerables, communities to be able to address, to identify the most vulnerable people who can actually benefit from the one cow per family.
Utagomba ukiri murimo wose ukora ugomba kugutunga kandi ukakugirira umumaro ntuwugaye ukumva uri umuhinzi ukabirata kandi ukabikora kugira ngo bigire icyo bikumarira. Nakoreshaga inguzanyo inkeya iciriritse ariko maze kubona ko inka za kijyambere yo yagira aho inkura naho ingeza mbasha gufata inguzanyo muri dutera imbere ngura mwiriya nka mwabonye yitwa ikibasumba ari inyana nigura ari inyana.
This program of the One Cow Per Family household is a program that involves donating a pregnant heifer to a family so that that family can collect the milk from the cow, drink the milk, and sell the extra to earn some income.
Aho mboneye inka rero nibwo ntangiye kugenda ngira ikintu ngeraho kigaragara, ntangira kuvugurura kubaka inzu. Ubundi ndi yari ruguririya ako ngako twabagamo n'amatungo magufi kari ruguru. Inka ya mbere niyo nituye umushinga ngo nabo baha abandi kugira ngo nawe abone agafumbire yirwaneho. Nari nabonye kubera ko ifumbire yabonekaga n'amafaranga yavaga mu bihingwa nayo yagendaga yiyongera kubera ko ifumbire yari yabonetse.
Ni muri urwo rwego nabashije kugenda niteza imbere. Nabanje korora hariya mureba mfite mwiyo nka y'inyarwanda zigenda zororoka zibyara. Ubwezi bwanjye rero n'ubuhinzi mpinga imyumbati byamfashije kurera abo bana b'imfubyi n'abanjye. Ubu barangije segonderi abandi bari muri kaminuza.
When we started this program in 2006, the milk production in the country stood at 156,000 tons per year. Last year, it was 337,000 tons. That is double in a period of 3.5 years. That's phenomenal. We also see a reduction in the number of mortalities, child mortalities, and that's a combination of very many factors, but we believe that the increase in milk is also a contributory factor.
Action Aid, which has been operating in Rwanda as a full country program since 1997, appreciates the government of Rwanda's pro-poor policies and has taken a number of community initiatives aimed at complementing the drive to a hunger-free Rwanda, in particular, empowerment of rural smallholders.
The objectives of the hunger-free campaign, the background, and what inspired us is exactly what inspired world leaders in 2000. When it became very clear that the gaps between the poor and the rich were widening and that something needed to be done to reverse this challenge, and that a number of lives had actually resorted or were almost shifting and were living under extreme poverty, which is undesirable, which is inhuman, which is an injustice to society.
A number of widows and victims of gender-based violence have been mobilized into cooperatives and supported with income-generating activities, moving from life of misery to hope, able to meet their families' basic needs.
Ntabwo nari meze neza, umutware wanje urabona ko yamparitse, yarazaga agasanga turyamye n'abana yasinze akantonganya, mbese ugasanga andengewe n'abantu bagize, mbese ubu ngubu abaga igihe habaye inama ku murenge, none bavuga bati abadamu bahohotewe mubatuzanire mubashake bamubona bafashwe nabi mu mudugudu gwanyu.
Ubwo numvaga nigunze ndi nje nyine, ariko tuza kuremera itsinda rya koperative ubwo twatangiye gutekereza icyo twajya dukora kuri uwo munsi duhuye, dutangira gushyiraho agasanduku kujya dushyiramo amafaranga 200 buri kuwa gatatu, kuko twateranye buri mudamu agatanga amafaranga 200. Uko guhuza ibitekerezo kwacu kuba hamwe byatumye muri twe umuntu wese ugize ikibazo abazi ko afite abantu ari kumwe nabo, duhita dutabazanya tukagikemura vuba na bwangu. Ayo mafaranga 200 twashyiragamo yari ayo kudufasha mu gihe hari muri twe urwaye.
Ubuzima bwanje ubu ngubu nta kibazo rwose, tumeze neza. Abana ndi kubona icyo kubajana ku ishuri, agakayi kari kuboneka, ubwo n'icyo kurya mu rugo kikaboneka. Ubwo nubwo bwigunge nabagamo, ubwo urumva bwaragabanyutse.
Action Aid Rwanda works with Kokumamu Cassava Cooperative, which has 31 members, by providing grants, farm inputs, training in modern farming techniques, as well as business management.
Building the capacity of the cooperative members, they realized they need to take a step forward to address not just the economic challenges, but also specifically the access to food and access to education for their children.
Twebwe twayishinze nk'abahinzi b'imyumbati kuko twari dufite ikibazo cy'uko imyumbati yacu yononekara. Dushaka rero inkunga kubera ko Action Aid ikorera muri uyu murenge, turayiyambaza ngo dufashe. Yaduhaye amafaranga $6,577 ngire ngo byo kubaka, kuzana amazi hano kuyageza hano, no kubaka ibibyiniko mwabonye n'ubwanuriro n'ubwanikiro.
This support has seen the cooperative's production of cassava increase from 8 tons to 100 tons and members' income grow from $80 to $300.
When they developed a project of processing cassava, we felt that was one step of supporting them to improve their economic well-being, as well as specifically addressing access to food.
This growth in income has enabled members to reinvest profits into the cooperative, and women in particular have been able to pay school fees and medical insurance for their families.
Kuzabafasha, murabona twatangiye ibikorwa, twarahinze, ubu twasaruye, tugeze mu kwinika, kandi abenshi nyine abadamu nibo bari muri iyo koperative.
By focusing on agriculture and women, the government of Rwanda has been able to meet its obligations to its citizens and has also been able to move from 17th position to 11th position in this year's scorecard, according to the United Nations report on the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals.
Fighting poverty can happen at different scales, but we are convinced that if we are to eradicate poverty at a household level, investing in smallholder farmers, investment in the many women farmers that are in the rural areas, the outskirts of our capitals in Africa, will be the right way to go, and that will ultimately translate into the success that Rwanda today is celebrating, where the one cow for a farmer has actually translated into supporting many families. And we are convinced that this can be done in other countries. It is doable here in Rwanda with a budget of up to 7% investment in agriculture. We are saying that if Rwanda was to move beyond 7% to 10%, as committed in the Maputo Declaration, that African countries should invest 10% of their budget to agriculture, we are completely convinced that a world without poverty, a hunger-free Africa, is possible even by 2015.